Okay, everybody, let's move to the next step. I'm at my mind map. I have slightly improved. I have added a few items here and there, which came to my mind. Right now, assume I have included all my ideas into this mind map. Now, it is in a quite good structure. I can understand the things quite clearly now, and it is a very helpful tool I already have. But of course, I can expand this further because there are ideas out there which people talk about. And I can find those things. How? It's simple. You take this topic to your search engine. I get various things. There are scholarly articles uh, given by Google Scholar, right? Then if I look down further, I can see there is a Wikipedia page. For many subjects, we can find a Wikipedia page. If you have a Wikipedia page, it is a good point to start with. Wikipedia gives knowledge in a quite easy to understand manner. So I'll start with Wikipedia page. So I can read through this. For this example, I would not do. And so as I read through these things, I would identify interesting ideas which revolves around social media in politics, right? Then I can bring those into my mind map, right? So as I go down, I would find various interesting things, right? Okay, I'll take this one, disinformation. So I'll read through that and figure that it is something interesting. So I insert that into my mind map, right? I would read this. Then if I feel that this explanation is not good enough, I can try out searching for this. I search it in Wikipedia itself to see if there is something interesting. Okay, there is one page for that. Disinformation is false or misleading information that is spread deliberately to deceive. Oh, okay, that is clearly related to politics, right? So I can be happy about what I found. I can keep a note of it here, or maybe for future reference I'll keep this one directly there. I'll copy it and come here, right click, edit notes, edit, then it will be there. I can expand this area again by hiding the sidebar from this button. So this symbol shows there is a note, so I can know more about it. Further look into this information, I read through. This is a subset of misinformation, okay, which may also be unintentional. Okay, misinformation can be intentional or unintentional. Disinformation is intentional, deliberate, right? So therefore we can see misinformation is parent item and disinformation is a child item of that. So I better include it here, right? Because misinformation can also be there, unintentional wrong information can also be there. So I would add the parent node here saying misinformation. Okay, so likewise I can read through the external knowledge that I can comprehend at this stage and bring those also into my mind map. Mind you, when you bring things to your mind map, first understand, otherwise you will just create something which you really don't know what, right? Because if you don't understand the things here, then you will not be able to interpret it, right? Okay, so Once you have completed this mind map, then you can have a holistic view on it and think of each areas. Then you will start understanding various things that you can study about or critical review about. And it is not on one thing, right? So for example, you might be interested in knowing the effects of violation of ethics. So that may be one area of your study. If you are interested in that, then you have to study further about it. Or you may be interested in causes of positive effects because it is useful for somebody, especially for politicians, and how to create positive effect. Then you can study about it. But there are other things, because when you look at it holistically, then you start seeing connections, right? For example, disinformation. I'll bring it here, right? I see a connection with disinformation and ethics, because misinformation can have both intentional and unintentional wrong information, but disinformation is not. It is intentional, and it is done with purpose, right? And that thing, I can see a link to ethics, so I can link it. To link, I right click, connect to node, click here. You can see I create a link. Now it is different from the mind map connections. It's an arrow, right? But to make it clearly different, I prefer to change the color. Then I would read a bit more to find more interesting area. So if there is more interesting, I could find about. Then when I read and think further, I realize that studying disinformation with ethics becomes a too broad a topic. Then I remove this and see how I develop a narrower topic by connecting disinformation into these subsets or child nodes. So I might want to study about how ethical standards address disinformation. Or I may be interested in public perception on disinformation. Or I would be interested in the other way, how ethical standards addresses disinformation by politicians. So I could link it this way. And when I try to find more information about this, I realize that ethics and law are two different things. Then I have to separate these two. I have to remove law from here. I would add the child, say, legal standards. Right? Now I have the question which one I am interested in studying about. I realize that it is the legal standard I am interested to study about. Then I link legal standards to this information, and this is also there, but I remove other links because I can create so many links, but I don't want to create so many links. I create only one link that I'm going to study about. Now I have my topic selected. You can add it here as a label. how legal standards address political disinformation. Isn't that neat? Isn't that an interesting topic? Okay, that is the pathway that you would go through. This is simply an example. I did not go the whole rigorous process that you would follow, but since it is your research study, you can dig deeper into various subject areas that interest you to elaborate your mind map, and you will find something really interesting at the end.